Alright, there we go. Greetings, salutations, welcome to Factorio. I am Liquidor. What are these things doing? Oh yeah, they're doing the infinite production right now. Oh, we gotta get through the... hopefully we have enough time. So I got guests coming in about 3 to 4 hours. So we're gonna get through this pretty quickly today. So, from our little train station over here, working pretty well. I added a little depot here for coal, adds it to the line. I have another 2 depots over here that keep this fed, and from that it keeps this fed. I mean, technically, I probably could snake this more over here somehow. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. And then I made this little depot line down here. Yeah, stone going into the burners there. Stone going over here into the basic line over here. Have the iron going into iron smelters. Copper going to the copper smelters. More iron going into iron smelters, was going to steel smelter. That stone thing. Yeah, coal over there, copper over there. Add some more crude oil to the line over there. Iron down here. Might get that copper later. I am slightly deciding how copper production of certain things need to go based on this thing. Yeah. Like our coal's fine. The 2 trains flying that is good. I got that stone, our copper, our coal, our original iron. It's like these were our secondary bases that we went for. That was definitely the second iron we went for. We are still mining this stone over here. Down to 400,000. We do have that copper and uranium. And this is probably the edge of our thing. Might go one more step over. Yeah. There was a colony of these guys over here. Yeah, over here. On this little spot. Yeah. You see the remnants of their colony there. That's the only colony I've destroyed so far. We went there and then we went there. We have this slowly building over here. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay. Where's my radar dishes? You radar dish? Or you radar dish? You are radar 1, 2 UB radar, 2 UB radar, 1, 2 UB radar, 1, 2 UB radar, 1. Okay. This is all supplying. I'm gonna probably go over here, grab this uranium ore. Like, I don't know how I really want to do it. I mean, the worst thing we could do is probably just put the line here, put the other line here. Like, put the main depot here, put the secondary depot here, because it needs the sulfuric acid. Move the sulfuric acid down here, pump it over here to a little thing there, and then we mine that, and then bring it all the way down here, and supply it down there. Like, that's good enough for a depot one. Greetings, salutations, Demonace. How you doing? How's it going this morning for you? You know, I just took a shower, eating breakfast. I got some leftover rice, chicken fried rice. Yeah. All right. So what we need to do? We need to build. We need to build a base starter pack, and we need a we need cargo landing pad, and we need a rocket silo. We only need one of these. We're not going to worry about too much about this. Okay. Give me that. Give me a stack of those. I have no idea where my car disappeared to. So if you guys can find me my car, I would be appreciative of it. Like, it should be in here. You know, I'm not going to worry about it. And you're broke, you woke up, you're broke, you're tired, and you're sore. Huh? Let's logistic filter this for fish. Only because we keep accidentally pulling them up. This is all useless stuff we're going to eventually do something with. Ah, not sore, ill. Okay. Why do we have a stone brick? No, okay, we don't need this. We don't need all these construction bots. We only supposed to have that much on us. Ba, 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 ba. I'll put this there. Fine. We don't need that. One stack is fine. Okay. There probably should be something here, and I'm not thinking about it right now. Where's brick go? You need brick? Brick, okay. You need to put this there. That looks fine for now. You take that. Okay. Alright, back to what we were doing. So I want a cargo landing space like right here. For now. We're good like right here. Right here. Right here would be good. Okay. So we need you. I'm going to make a cargo landing pad. And we're gonna hand feed this. That. So we need some concrete. How much concrete? We need 200 concrete. Just take that. Okay. So here. 1, 2. Okay, 200 concrete. You need 25 steel. You have steel in you? You have a lot of steel in you. I don't want to take that much. 25 steel. And you need 10 processing units, okay. That'd be blue ones, okay. Blue ones are over here. Four, 8, 10, right? There you go. You only need one per planet. So you only ever need to make one on this planet. Pretty barren planet. Okay. Okay. Next, we need a rocket silo. Okay. The rocket silo. Put that there and that there. Cut, paste like that. We can do something up here. You need to make that. We need 60 of it. Okay, yes. Those are some numbers. Okay. Okay. What do we need? We'll get started on this. Need 1,000 plate. Okay. Did you have 1,000? You did. Okay. 1,000 steel is what I meant to say. 200 blue. 200 blue. Okay, got it. And come here. Place half there and half there. Okay. That's good. Okay, 200 blue. Gotcha. 100 pipe. Okay, got you, fam. Oh, just put it in there right now. Don't have to worry about that. 1,000 concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there we go. And then 200 engines. Okay. We're making them all the way over here. Do we put them in a box? We did not put them in a box. Yep, okay. 200. And that's 100, 150, 200, okay. And then you up here. We'll get our excess. Alright, that's good. Where are we? Okay, there we are. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to hand feed that in. What was that there? I don't know. 200 of those, okay. And then we need 60 times 20, 1200. Okay, that's what I thought I needed. Okay. I think that's 1,000. And then we realized we needed it in a different form. Okay. I'll put that right there. Put that right there. Move that up there. And rotate that. Okay. I'm not sure how to properly do this part. Or, how to properly change that. Okay. You know, it's not really going to matter. One produces 2, so we only need about 600. Okay. Ah, whatever. And then you need another... Okay. And I do need about 12,000 of this. Seems about right. Okay. There you go. Wrong one. There we go. Okay, now what do we need for the next step here? We needed to make that, right? 20 steel and 20 blue. Okay. Up. 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 Okay. Alright. Oh. We only need to make one of these. And then we gotta figure out how we're gonna do everything else. Where do we put rockets? I mean, technically we should put it there, but at the same time, our fuel is over here. We need rockets. We need blue. Oh yeah, we need blue. We need this, and we need fuel. I guess we just move the fuel over here. All right, we make this fuel processing. This becomes fuel processing, and this becomes rocketry. That makes perfect sense to me. I hope that made sense to you. Okay. This will make rocket fuel. This will make rockets over here. Yeah. Worse for moving them both down here and then moving them that way. That's the idea right now. And we have to make fuel. If I take that, move like there. It's one shy of that. You got 11k to go through, you got 40k to go through, you have 14k to go through. Okay. We're gonna leave it like that, I guess. We'll get 2 lines of rockets over here, I guess. Alright, if we're getting 2 lines of rockets, we need, something, right? Okay. We'll figure it out in a second. You mean my rocket. Okay. Yeah, 26. Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot I don't like the taste of carbonated, so carbonation. Yeah. Otherwise known as flat soda. I put the other half in there. With my... I can technically just use this little water bottle, but... That's that. Okay, so we're waiting for... I'm gonna copy this, I'm just gonna move it. So we can just do that. And that. Put that there. Okay. Tastes such much better. No, yeah. Tastes such much. That's a better taste with yeah. Tastes much better with actual syrup in them. You just need that sweetness override for the health drink. I remember people still believe that. So once we get that, basically. What is after this? So this goes into that. And then that, then the next thing we get is... what? That. We need 500. Okay. We need to develop at about 100 apiece. Since that's our current consumption rate. I don't know if that's our production rate, but you know, that's our consumption rate. Just tell it right there, 106 is our consumption rate. I'm producing about 110? So we're producing about 4 more per minute. So we end up with 4 more on the line. Purple science is almost, you know, all the way there. Okay. How you doing? 5 more to go. Can't set up the other things to go yet, so we don't have that going. I think next episode I'm gonna probably drop this down here. This will be down. This drops down there. This will be dropping here. This will go down here. So we'll basically be shifting this all down, and then using this entire little thing as the new mall. I'm just gonna build it to my specifications. And I'm probably going to shift this down here. No, this thing just shifted a little bit. This thing shifted a little bit to there, as we're going to delete all this and put them into provider chests. And then we're going to have requester chests over here. And the white science going is the goal for today. Oh, we got that going? Okay. We ended up with a lot more of that than we intended. Okay. So that set. Okay, yeah, send that to space, okay. Or we can do anything else. So. Yeah. I gotta create this part. Right here, okay. Here, we're gonna need, no, that's the view we need. So here, copy that. Just put that down right there for the moment. No, that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, something like that, right? And then you're gonna come here, right? Actually, let's do like that. Skip. Yep. Makes sense? Okay. We have a rocket on us, right? Yeah. 1, 1, 1. Okay. So that is how we want that. Sort of. Not really. We need this one space further like that. Okay. Then that gives fuel on this line. That's perfect spacing right there, I guess. Yeah, so fuel on that line. Oh. We do something like that. And then add that. No reason for anything else beyond this. Yeah, okay, so like that. Alright, then we have that there. Okay, okay. And then we're gonna have to do something a little bit different immediately after, but you know. Do something like that. Right? We don't need all that spacing, but yeah. The rocket's going immediately after this, right? Rocket silo right here. Yeah, right there. You aren't going to need that one. Okay. Actually. We can move this up one more, like right there. Okay. That's definitely not what I intended to do. Yeah, okay, so we got that. And then... yeah. Gonna be... this is the very corner. Really. Like that. This is going to be a requester chest. Simply put more in there if we ended up with some in the supply. So we'll have a reserve supply and a flowing supply for it. Okay, next step. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Okay. That is that. After this, we just put that down. Like so. Okay. You need... right. These modules. Okay. There we go. So that's it. Okay. Put that in there. Okay. Realize it's all too close. I forgot the key component. What is your swing speed anyway? 430. So this is grabbing 2 items, this is grabbing 1 item. Exactly how we intended that. Okay. And then we don't really need that like that. And then... and that, like that. Because we don't need anything going beyond this spot. Okay. Okay, that's good, that's good. And then... pop, pop, pop. Okay, and then we come over here. This produces that 1. And then after that we need you to produce rocket fuel. Okay. I'm gonna take solid fuel, make rocket fuel. This makes out of 15. We're bringing along this line, let's say. Right here. Well, we need 2 oils, right? We didn't provide any spit. We'll bring it here then. The oils down this line here. Which means I'm going to get rid of this line, basically. Go here. Yeah. Where is that line? There. Let's cut it there. No, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. That one. That one goes down here. That other one can like that. Okay. So, let's make the pair. We could make rock appeal over there. I think we'll make it over here, really. Okay. So if I was making rocket fuel, one of these basically supplies 15 of those. I did like that. Right? No. We won't do it this way. We'll grab the sushi belt option. Somewhere around here. There it is. There we go. That keeps that balanced. Okay. That contains it. Okay. Okay, CC belt option. That's being supplied all by this as well, so we don't have to worry about power. Okay. We gotta look about it in the other way. Like that. Okay. So that's being supplied like that. This is how we kind of want this being built. Okay. Okay, so we want that. Yeah, put that there. That's what I want. Something like that, right? Yeah. Over. There we go. Let me bring this thing like that, and like that. You don't need this coming in quickly. You go like that. We'll work out power in a second. Put that there. There we go. And that works out power. I mean, obviously there's no other power here. Put that there. Okay. We want, like, that. Okay. Put that over there. And then we push it off, like that. And it comes like this. It merges in with that one. Like that. We'll change it later, because we're going to move this thing a little bit over there when this thing's completed. But it allows us to keep moving here, right? There we go. Now supply that with power. Then we cut this. In there. Now you technically need one every 3 seconds, so we'll need about 5 of these. Okay. Since we have to build these on the 2. One, two, like that. Okay. There we go. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay, that is proper. This thing produces enough to supply all 15 of this. Okay. Like, I know I want more on this side. Petrol to solid fuel, is that because you needed to make lots of bluebells like I did? I guess. we are just consuming this over here, which means we'll be taking this apart eventually, or soon-ish. Because then we're going to be supplying that up here. We'll just make it like that. And if I go over here, like that, do a little like that. Alright, that'll be for later, basically. No? Okay. I want to move this down a little bit. Yeah, I kind of want to move this down a little bit. Simply so it matches with this. Yeah, okay. Don't need that. Okay, so that's all going to work there properly. That's all going to work there properly. Light oil is 3 more times sufficient, but yeah. Light oil to light oil, yeah. Yeah, we're just not using the petrol that much right now. That's backed up there. How many boxes do we have up here already set to go? We have 44. Okay. $42. Okay. And then we just get rid of that end, like so. Don't need this being, we don't need that have to work. Originally, I think this was going to be our fuel. Okay. What am I doing? That's completely fine for the moment. Right. I guess they come with all the fuel now. Like, I don't even know if this is gonna work over here. You know what? No, this... Well, you know, you're right. Probably just... One line of that is probably just gonna be enough for everything. Now, if we take that, like that, and that. Like that. Turn it here. Okay. Because I know the system will work this way. It's also not where we actually intended to put this, was it? Just actually ended up over here. Awesome. Put that there for the moment. Wanted about a 2 space rooms. So 1, 2 there, right? And then I want 1 space beyond that. We go like that. Okay. And then this is where the line needs to go, right there. Like, I don't care if it properly works. One more spot. And I'll make it 1 over like that. Okay. Well, okay. This is where we put the that thing. I'd rather have that over here. I'd rather do that. Let me do that. Okay. This is technically in the way. Well, that goes away. What? Not that one. Okay, that did not work the way I intended it to work. Okay, we're stuck waiting for the bosses to finish up what they're doing. Can I get rid of that? Did I put that in? Oh, I did, but I didn't probably take it back. Is there a particular planet you're excited for? Not really. My planet is Fagora. Can I look at the space planet map? I don't look at the space map. Yeah, Fagora, Volcanus, Leba, and then Aquilo. And then to the Aquilo Shattered Planet, Outer Reaches, something like that? Or Outer Rim, then we're going all the way to the end of the map in this run. Last run, I went, I beat the game, I beat the DLC. I learned enough. I'm like, okay, we beat the game. I understand how we failed. All that other stuff. You know, 5 of these. Okay. They're all legit. Oh. No, that's not where we want to put that. Okay. Like, where are all the logistics spots? They're all probably moving stuff now. They all moved over there. Alright, when that's... Okay, anyways. That'll get handled. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, now we have to figure out how I'm going to get that over there. Be always flow in one direction. That's where we wanted that. That's where we wanted that. Okay. If we put that there and that there, that will complete the circuit. And be too long. Okay. Okay. So there's our problem. I want that to be there, and I want that to be there. And then we put that there. Then we grab that and put that there. And put that there. And then we put that there. That completes the circuit. Okay. Like, how do I end up with more bots than I intend to have? Okay, we have that circuit completed. All the way back over here. Good evening, Kipper. You're a Katarian who goes to Gleba first, you know? You do what you do, how you do it, you know, why you do it. Okay, why aren't you working? Okay, second part. James first, okay. Here. Here's our problem, okay. And then you're too long here, okay. Understandable. Grab this. You, actually, we need a 3 space, right? 3, and then you can do that, and then we can do that. And then you need that, followed by that. And can we get away with that? No, we can't. We need that. Okay. Alright, so you're not too long this again. My base grew a lot since the last slot. Yeah, over the weekend, you know, I went and did finished up the blue belt. We added this part. We added this part over here because I ran out of coal. Applied my things over here. And then we had, you know, built up the actual train station base over here. I think we added more coal over here and this copper. Included this crude eventually. Did do that crude, I think, on stream. I think my original train station was just this, the crude oil into that, grabbing that, and then grabbing that. So that's why that kind of looks a little funny over there. That looks okay. That looks okay. Let me also grab this iron. I did like that I decided to move that up. Gives us plenty of space over here to mess around with this. I mean, this looks horrible, but, you know, it works, so I don't really care too much. Alright, so we have rocket fuel into here. Alright. Slowly ticking in. Why aren't you working? Because you don't have that. There we go. I have all 6 of them working. There's always a problem you always find out. We need 5 of these working, but 6 is working is totally fine. So, I'm going to do something completely different than I usually do. And back to this thing. We need steel and we need copper plate. Okay. We also need to put platform pack there, right? Okay. Is my screen going crazy? Okay, hold on. Like, my actual screen wasn't going crazy, but the bottom half of the recording was just going out of whack there for some reason. Make sure my cables are all good. Okay, my cables are all good. No? Okay. That is back. Okay, let me check something. What's happening with the bottom? I do not know. That is something that I was investigating. I looked at the color in my eye and I saw it. That's very strange. Very, very strange. Okay, so that is connected to... You are connected over here. Okay. Okay, that's a problem. Fat fingers. Grab you. I know you fit. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Are you working? Okay. All right. Ah, it's the other border now. The other problem I have with this. Letterbox? Okay. Gets worse the more south you go? Okay. Alright, hopefully that fixes it. You know. Can't tell what terrible glitch you're gonna get any particular time. Alright. Build a new space platform. We're gonna call it the Morq. We're gonna call it the SP -001 Morq. After my mod, he's generally always here. Okay. Did my audio disappear? The audio for the game disappeared, I think. Let me check something. You're not working, right? You're not stealing anything. Sometimes these other screens are doing something I don't intend for it to work with. No, the audio for me is working, but the game audio didn't seem to be working. Because you should have heard a rocket go off. I didn't really hear that go off. Okay. That's the wrong screen. That's not supposed to be on there. There. Okay, the audio for me is working. Okay. We'll see if it's this problem here. You should be connected to that, right? You should be doing that. Okay. That's not the button. No. Okay. Hmm. Now that's returned. Okay. 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 All right. A lot of technical glitches today. Been a long time since I had any. You get plugged back in, like so. You get plugged in. Like so. You back to position, like so. You get there, like so. Headphones on. Play a different audio tape, see if that affects anything. Google, Google, YouTube. Windows Sonic for headphones? Um, go, not podcast. Play a random video I did somewhere. Okay, where's me talking? Oh, we can just go to a different library here. There. Watch it. Okay. That's full audio. That's not okay. That's good enough. Is this a game? Did the game just quit on me? Okay. All right. So save game. 6-2. Exit. Exit. I heard my audio, so the audio's working fine. The game audio wasn't working good. Okay. Okay, properties. Beta, not beta. Update. Verify the integrity. Okay. I might as well eat a little bit of my breakfast while we're here. I don't have a technical difficulties slider or marker. Usually it's something just very small that I can just work around. I'll put the be right back thing on, I guess. Ah. Okay. Everything's validated. Okay. Okay. Here's the game start up. Yeah, okay. It was the game. The game gave up on me. The game lost track of where it was supposed to send its audio, I guess. With that technical difficulty. Okay. So we launched that. We got the SPP1. SPP1. The SP01, Space Platform 1, Morq. We got 10 here. So, something I don't normally do, or haven't done before. 8. We need to we need to build that, right? Okay. Take a little bit off there. Making something completely like that, okay. You need to make that, right? And then you need to take do that, like that. We don't need that part, right? Okay. Hmm. Alright, take a little bit off here. Take a little bit off here, right? Take a little bit off here. So, we need to make this, right? Right there. It needs to take in two things and one, and not one thing, right? It needs to take in copper wire, and it needs to send out steel. And then doesn't need, I don't need to worry about that part, the other part. And then we gotta have another thing here. Like that. You are gonna make copper wire, right? Still have 22 left over. You need to take in that, right? Okay. Alright, so we need to send that up and that up. Oh. And then we can put in there. Rock capacity of that. Okay. So if we need to send steel and copper, you know, just trying something new. Okay. So 400 of that. Yeah. And stop that one. Okay. We're going to try to make them all self-sufficient, so... Well, technically for now. Okay. So if we look at the more cube. Ah, we forgot one last thing, didn't we? How much space do we have? We got about 18. We forgot about the power situation. We're just gonna be placed there. Okay. All right. So we need to make how do we make them? We need to make that. Steel, copper, and electronic circuits. Okay. So if I put this here, say, can have that doing that, and that doing that, right? Okay. And that. And then followed by that. And then you need to be electronic circuits. Whatever the green is, okay. Like, I want to know how efficient this is and how... Well, obviously that wasn't supposed to do that. Let's put that there. I need you to be made quickly. There you go. Oh, we don't have to... Yeah. I know I could smelt steel. The problem is, we're trying to work off whatever we have here. Okay. And the next thing you need to build are the new stuff we got. We need to build that, and we need to build that. How many U's can go in? Okay, a stack size of 10. So 100, 100, 200. Okay. That's 200. Okay. There we go. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Okay. And then you and you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And you need 100 steel. Okay. 100 steel. And then 100 electric units. Okay. Give me... Well, apparently that's going. What was I thinking? Right, engines. We need 100 engines. You. I don't want batteries, I just want engines. We almost got it, okay. Okay, we got 100 engines, okay. There we go. And then what do you need? You got a stack size of 10, so you need 80 units, okay. I mean, I can do this differently, but I'm going to do it this way. Need 50 blue. Okay. Good enough. Actually, myself back 12. Okay. $64. $50. Okay. And then 200. 50. Okay. 1, 2, 3, Plus 50, right? Yeah, okay. And I need 80 of the other units. Okay. Here. Good. Okay. There we go. $50, $25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. So it's got that, and then alright, cut that. That's leaving. Okay. But take that, put that there, and then like that, and something like. I guess you're going there. You only made 9. Oh, the 10th is in our hand. Okay. And we need to send those up. Okay. Okay, the efficiency modules do exist over there. Alright, we'll need them eventually. Okay. A stack of 50 is what they get sent, right? Yeah. And then blue. Okay, we don't have to worry about that anymore. There we go. This is all basically temporary. Much more spaces here. Okay. Power demand here. Okay, that's the minimum we need. Alright, this is probably the only time we're going to build it this way. This thing takes a lot of effort to do it this way. Too much effort for me. Okay. It is a set and forget type of situation, but at the same time, I set and forget is not something I want to do. I just want to work. I just want to be like, okay, that's going, and then that's going, and then we're done with that. I need some copper coming up next. All right, then we put some speed modules in you. I'm just gonna put speed modules in there. I don't want to think about it. Okay, let's get. Okay. So we know we want something like this on the other side, right? Like that. That doesn't exist in the system. We're not going to worry about it. So we're gonna. But you're not going to get made. We are going to have something making the grabbers and the crushers. There it is. You're gonna have to make displaced platforms, cargo bay. Crush. What does this need? This doesn't need anything that's over here. Okay. Cargo bay. Like this doesn't need to be made in bulk. We just need to have it made. Okay. Does rocket silo need to be made in bulk? That's a question. No, we just need to have it made. Okay. We don't need to make that. We need to make these 4 things on the bus, in the mall. We definitely need something stacked of this. Okay. One every second makes sense. Okay. Need more steel. Okay. Are you making enough power? Basically, okay. Alright, so How fast does this need to be made? Tell me up here. Ah, no, we haven't got that part. We need to build the entity, okay? And then I'm gonna build it so it processes the thing. There we go. Okay. I don't want it actually working right now. Okay. I have a dumb idea now. Okay. But that's a dumb idea for later. Okay. So, you process at a speed of 15. So if the process at a speed of 15, we need how many do we have of that? We have 10. So we're basically going to build 16 in space, right? That thing? Okay. If you need 3 different options, ice and carbon on one, and then okay, iron on another. Right? Okay. I need more steel. Is there a tank there for a larger buffer? That was an old design from 1.0. So, or, yeah, 1.0. Okay, so we assume we're gonna pop up like that, right? Nope. Oh dear God. Okay. Load game. 2 minutes ago, load game. You bastards. Deliver cargo. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking over here. So, you... Okay. And we can move you closer. If we're making this, okay. So that's what we failed to make, okay. That thing. So that's as far as we were. We're trying to figure out how to make space science. There we go. That gives us the space science technology. Okay. We need ice and we need 3 inputs, right? Okay. That's not 3 inputs. Okay. Now we can get rid of that and that. Copy that for now. Okay, so 3 inputs, actually. Can't remember if I want it like... I know I want it like that. And then it'll go like... either go that way or this way. So that's as far as we're gonna get there. Get more steel in space. So we're gonna go 1, 2, those are the lines, and then 3. Right? Yeah. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One space. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then something like that, right? Okay. And get rid of that. That already exists up there? I think these need to be yellow, really. We're gonna get a splitter. Okay, so this comes this way, right? And this comes this way. Need that. Oh, we're also gonna need that. I don't want it like that. Actually, yeah, anyways. Do a little of that. Yeah, I'm not gonna, this is too close. More, vertical, 1, 2, 3, like that. Like that. Okay. Okay. And you are going to come here. And you're going to go here. Okay. And you're probably going to go do that. And we're probably going to do that. Yeah, that's better right there. And so you combine and move, right? And we know we're coming out here. You're coming this way, right? Need more steel. Okay. That's fine, right? And this one needs to jump. Like so. I'm just gonna come down, goes like that, and like that. This one comes down. This one's the outside. Okay. Like that. And then do something like that. Like that. Okay. Okay. So that's the science, right? Now we need the crushers. So for the crushers, we need, what? Think, thought, place. 1, 2, 3. Ice. That thing, carbon, and iron, right? In. How fast do these work? 2 seconds, okay. So they only need to be working at this speed, right? Okay. And then we need to throttle them. Like so. Right? Okay. So that works that way. Take that off. Right. Enable if ice is less than or equal to 100. Enable if carbon's on this side, carbon is less than or equal to 100. Okay. And then you enable if iron is less than or equal to 200. Okay. Oh, and then the next thing you need to put on there is deliver the cargo. Well, you don't really need to go too fast, so just put it like that. Electric furnaces. No idea is a dumb idea if it works. Okay. The stack size is 50, we'll grab that. Okay. So, we're going to take the electric furnace. We need a 2 input right there, right? So 1, 2, over. In there. So I need you. You are going to take iron. Ore. And then you're going to output it. Doesn't matter on that. And then you are going to take steel and output it, right? There we go. That's going to work like that. Okay. We could just copy this, can't we? Like so. Okay. We technically don't need that. We don't need this. And we don't need that. We don't need this. And we don't need that. Okay. Yeah. How's the power situation? We need more power. Okay. Okay. So, next step. This is all working as intended. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm going to end up moving this a little bit. Really don't need that right now. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of that. Yeah, that's good. You need red and more steel. Okay. Right? Red and more steel. Okay. Alright. So that is what we want there. Okay. And then we're going to take an asteroid collector, and go here, and we're going to go here. And then we're going to throttle them. Okay. How are we going to throttle them? Hmm. You are that, and you are that. We don't throttle these, okay. The entire reason we had that, right? You can go like that, you're gonna go like that. We're gonna not care about anything else on this end. This can look as stupid as I want it to look, okay. And then we're gonna go copy this, we're gonna move this over here like that. We're gonna make it a green one. Right? Copy it, move over here like that. Do that. Like that. Okay. Alright, these guys are going to gather whatever asteroid chunks they want. 2 should be enough. That worked. Okay, why did you stop? You need more steel? Okay. Cargo to SP more Q. Okay. You're gonna leave that. We don't need any more of these. We're gonna drop those. We don't need any. I'm gonna leave that in there. You need that. We're gonna leave that. This stuff is gonna be fine. Okay. I say that as soon as I think about, you know, they never did anything there. And then I just realized something. I never put down, I have no idea where that rocket landed. Alright, we're gonna find it at some point. I'll do it one more cube. Cut those. I have no idea where the rocket landed. My assumption would be it'd be around here. Because that's where we started. Why do you two exist? Oh, okay. I think I know why you two exist. But honestly, I have no idea where the rocket landed. I'm just going to be wandering this map at one point and I'm going to find a random rocket and I'm like, what the hell is this doing here? We got crude oil there. We don't need it because this, you know, this is all full right now. We got 6, 8, okay. We got at least 6, okay. We're gonna get rid of 6 of them. We don't need that. Okay. Let that work. Okay. Now, honestly, I want these 3. We're just gonna kill that, like so. Yeah, these three are the only ones I'm gonna. If they get full, we're gonna empty them, and then we're gonna empty. If we need more, we're gonna pull it up like that. You know, you don't do actually anything. You know, having just a little space doesn't matter matter too much to me. Alright, we're just gonna get. We're technically just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that. You are gonna make place platforms. Yeah. It was a neat idea, but it doesn't really work too much. Need that. There you go. How many can you send them at a time? 50? Okay. That's good. I mean, I could still put the other stuff there. I mean, it only really needs more copper, I guess. Once we get this thing set to work. Like, don't drop anything yet. Need 400. About half full now. Okay. Alright, where are we going to build this? Actually, hold on. Let's grab this so we know where we want that. So we got fuel being built here. And if we say we want to move it like that, it takes about half of that, okay. So if we had that, that would be about to the rocks there. Yeah, that rock. And we have that about right there. This right there. that rock, right? Maybe right there, right? So if we had to double this, we were okay, right there. That mean if probably building the other thing there. 300k left. Okay. Yeah, safety line ended up being good enough. How much can go? 400? Eventually, I'll just move this over here. No, we're just gonna leave that because now we're gonna change this a little bit, and then yeah, 3. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this, make this more our thing here, make this all power basically, and then get rid of this. Now we only need that, right? Hmm. Yeah, get rid of this one. Make these 2 iron productors. You get rid of iron, you get rid of that, you know. We end up with needing 6, don't we? Ah, whatever. We can send iron back down until it gets too full. This doesn't need to be great. It needs to work. Okay, you need copper. You send a lot of copper, right? Yep, okay. There you go. So this idea is kind of okay, but at the same time it's just kind of crap. Like this just needs to work. That needs to work. Sending ice and carbon down would be fine. Got about an hour maybe left. Wasted about probably half an hour with the technical difficulty. You produce 4. You need... Yeah. Well, if we... Okay. We're going to start here. We're only going to make 1 line of fuel, which means this is going to be divided here. We'll figure it out later. Yeah, like, this will meet here, and then we'll go down here, and then it'll go like that. That's how the fuel's going to be dealt with. And then we're going to divide it here. It goes here, here, and then up here. I'm just going to have a pure line up here, and then a pure line down here. Alright, I think they finished moving all the fuel, right? Let's get rid of that. I should fill up something over here. Like, I don't care how much of this gets filled. I don't like that it doesn't care. It doesn't want to, you know, move mixed baggage. If I think about something here, right? In that. Move this a little bit south here, like so. Like that. Yeah, okay. That's the overall design we're going for, right there. I want to move this a little bit closer to this. And other than that, we basically have it going. Get rid of that, and that, and those. We don't need that on us. That's going somewhere, I guess. Guess some of this is just fine. Okay. Okay. If we look at the more queue. Okay. When we get this space station thing going, then we are going to Going to what? Alright, what do you need? Let's put more steel on the line. More steel in there. Fills in gaps. Okay. So, if this thing's going to take about this, let's say, we're going to build the this thing. Means we need. We're going to put this on the belt, like so. I'm going to make this the little area for it. 1, 2, 3. Right there. So we only need about 1 for the moment. 3, and then over. Need a 1 and 1. Okay. So if we say that, 3 and then over. Definitely go with 4. That, okay. And then we go with that there, right? Okay. We don't need this being this far over. Okay, so like that. Now it's gonna be, it needs to be 1 over. Because that works. Okay. In fact, not all this is going to be needing to go. It's fine with me. Get that and that. You are going to operate on a basis. Okay. Grab that. Grab that. Okay. Put this down. Since we're not putting it on the belt. Like that. Like that. Okay. You need this. You enable if that is less than or equal to 100. Okay. Okay, that's 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. All we need. There we go. And that's all done. Alright, now we need copper. Like so. And then we need steel. Like so. We don't need steel on a big basis, so we're just going to have that like that. And then that will be done. Get that going. You're moving at a 20. So per second, we need 20, right? Times 2 divided by 3. Need about 13 per second. We are producing 4, 8, 12. Oh, this is actually not enough. There you go. 12 to 24. And we know the belt can hold 60? 40? Hmm. Oh, right. This is supposed to have a logistics filter. There. Just in case. Okay. There you go. Need 5.5. The belt just might not be strong enough. Okay. Deliver to the Morgue. Well, that's supposed to be there. Now, those automatically take off? It will. Okay. Because it doesn't have the other thing. We need about 300 more. Okay. They can get rid of this, basically. You don't need it. We're now industrially producing that stuff. I'm just gonna leave. I don't need that right there. Move it there. I don't like the gap. Those bother me. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. I put that in there. Will you automatically request it? You need to be done. Then we gotta make a base for that, basically. On the way, 50. Good. Put that there. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Okay. This basically supplies 5. What, did I not send enough modules up there? Oh, I think I sent them back down. Which means I have no idea where the modules are. Greetings, salutations, Where Vampiros. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, emerge from the lurk. Yeah. We're not getting into spaceships. We are getting into space, though. Yeah, I kind of just don't want this here. I take this like that. Make it like that. And get rid of that, like so, right? And then I put the power back in. Alright, that's good. And then you need to do something like that. Alright, and then there's definitely a better way to do this, but it goes well. Got a visitor showing up in a bit, so you are to be enabled if that is greater than 10. Right? We have no greater than 5. We don't need steel anymore, do we? Okay, you need to be enabled if iron is less than 100. Okay. Do that. Okay. We're only going to grab ice. You're only going to grab carbon. And then you are only going to grab metallic chunks. Okay. Wait. This is the inside. Means this is the outside, like so. We don't need that. Right? Not send anything down at the moment. So if you're the inside, right? You need what? You need iron. Okay. We don't need to care about the speed of that. You need to go that way. Like that. Okay. And then you need to produce that. Then you can produce ice. There we go. That's all working as intended. Okay. Okay. So we don't need any more of that or that. This is going to be there. That. I don't know if I want more of that stuff. How's the power going? Okay. You know what? That is what it's going to end up being. Okay. Need 108. Okay, we don't need any more of that. We're gonna keep that. Okay. So that is how that's gonna be. Right? Alright, next part. So it's 10. 1, 2, 3. You're enabling it over 200, right? So. You are going to activate it that, and you're going to only grab that. Oh, shit. Oh, whatever. Now, these resources are infinite, so I don't have to worry about that too much, right? That'll fill back up. Throwing over the other stuff was annoying. Okay. Greater than or equal to... You want 100? Yeah, 100 should be fine. And then you only grab carbon. Okay. Then we're going to do that same here. You are going to be changed to ice. So if we have a stockpile of ice, it'll ship it over. If we have a stockpile of that, it'll ship it over. Okay. We don't need any more of that. Again, I have no idea where any of this stuff is being dropped. Things you realize afterwards. Oh, look, there they are. Ah, we found it. We're gonna have to go deal with that in a second, but whatever. So that's all built. Send that back, send that back. You are only gonna enable if that is less than or equal to 400. Well, I don't need to filter it because there's only one thing on the line. Okay. Okay, so that's all set. We definitely have bungled a bunch of this up. Because I never set this thing. Let's place it there. And then I want you to request... Yeah. Let's say 200 to 400. In you. Why have you stopped sciencing? You lack something somewhere. You lack... Ah. I know what I did. Here. Okay. That's good. that's set. You got the fuel being set over here. How many is a double stack here? Not 200. There we go. Okay, so that is that. We're gonna delete 3 spaces, right? Get rid of that 3 space. And then, yeah. Cut this, move this here. Cut this, move this here. Cut. It's supposed to be there. Cut this. Move that there. Okay. That doesn't need to exist. Does that need to exist? No, okay. Okay. I can supply from there and from there, which is good. And from up there. I think I do kind of want to destroy that and rebuild it, but whatever. Okay, we got plenty of space for more fuel. Right? Okay. That's 6, 4, 5, 6. At worst, it puts it more on the other stuff? I don't know. Okay, everything's built, everything's set, everything's ready to go. Okay, so that's working. That's working. I forgot about that. Alright. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make this about, yeah, 10 in the front. Balance it all out. Okay. Give me another 200. Well, that doesn't need to exist. Okay. $100 in there. 100 in there. Put 100 in there. 100 in there. Put 100 in there. And finally put 100 in there. And then we'll put that there. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about whatever that's happening there. No, nothing's being trashed or anything. Okay. So, we need to move that up. Because I want that. Now. Alright, the logistics system is not working. We put, how much do we need? We need 500. We put 800 in the system. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't have to worry about that. Because that is future planning, not future making. You don't need it right now. Alright. So how's this doing? They're working okay. Alright, logistics system's coming up. We are definitely tearing this all up and rebuilding it. But not today. Or not right now, I should say. Oof. How long have we been live for? Almost 3 hours? Okay. Why aren't you working? You're out of science, okay. 34 science. Can you? There you go. Dropped 110? Doesn't make sense, but whatever. Like, this is definitely not optimized, but it is workable. I definitely like this whole thing here, but we need to... I would need to redo this. for it to look nice. I usually use this for a buffer. More than I'd use like this. We definitely need more stuff in here. Like if I use this as the idea. Okay, I'll figure it out later. Like I like the look of this, but we need to move it up. What would I do here differently? What would I do here differently? Like, I don't technically know. Alright, so let's say we want to move this up. Well, let's get rid of that. I don't want to get rid of that like there. Need something like that, right? One, two, three. Hmm. I have an idea. Okay. 4 over, 4 down. That'd be 3, 4. Okay. Nothing really comes over here, so I'm not really going to be too worried about that. We're gonna need something like that, and something like that. Yeah. Okay. Then I do want that connected, I guess. I know I want about that much, right? I'm gonna leave that alone for the moment. Technically, there's so much space over here. Makes me kind of want to move this over here, and this to be kind of over here like that. Yeah, that makes it a lot better. Then we can just pull this. Leaves that there, which allows us to pull that up like there. And this goes. Get rid of that. And that can be there. Or there, I should say. And they can fill this up with more of that. Yeah. But think about this, like right. Put it over like that. Rotate, horizontally flip it, feel like that. Doesn't fix anything. Okay. We just have a ton of space doing nothing. Like, this is too much space, really. Get rid of that, like so. Yeah, we don't need this part right here. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Okay. We'll leave it like that then. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Okay. Alright, so now we have that stuff, right? So now we come back to here. Mm. You need to be... We need to have a stack of that. You need to enable if the content of red is less than 2 stacks. Say 1,000. Okay. Okay. You need to activate if the content of green is less than 1,000. You need to be logistics for that. You need to be logistics for that. Okay. There's nothing else on the green. Okay. So I'll stack up here and there. And then we put that there. And we put that there. And then we can get rid of this. Okay. Then we can put that there. That there. Okay. Next step. This one. And then you need to be... Wait. We did set this, right? Yeah. You use that for blue? Okay. Okay. And flip it. And then you are going to be gray. Okay. That one. Okay. Okay. There we go. Balanced out slightly. Okay. I don't mind box to do that. I don't really need that going, do we? Yeah, 30 inputs going into 4 slots, right? Okay, let me think about this. I have this. You, a bouncer like you. Okay. Something like that. Actually, hold on. A lot of stuff that I don't want to be doing there. I don't need that. Do that. There we go. You don't need to exist, right? Actually, if I take this down like that, this up like that. I know this is a level of I don't need to be doing this. This way? And this is just in case we ended up with extra stone somewhere. There we go. All back to working. We don't have to worry about it. And it's being split evenly, as far as I am aware. Okay. Well, this doesn't need to be this way. I want that, like, there. I assume that's going... Okay. That is right. That is right. I don't know if I want to bring more coal down there, and I don't think I do. Oh, right. We were working on this whole thing. We need one more line to go through. Once we get this all done, we don't have to worry about science stuff for a while. And you enable, disable if yellow is less than 1,000. Okay. To make sure that is that. Up, up, up. Undo. Up, 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 up. Okay. And flip it. And then you are going to be purple. And then you are going to be purple. Okay. Let me copy. Undo. Okay, so it's all done. I never really want to carry sulfur on my body. Okay. 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 What? Now you can go somewhere, I guess. As well as you guys for the moment. Well, I can get rid of this now, I guess. Okay. So we want this base design, right? Want it looking like that, I guess, right? Okay. One, two, three. One, two, three. Two, three. Alright, that's the maximum we're going to make on this. Okay. And now we get the requester chest. Requester. Trash unrequested. We don't need a request from buffer chests. Okay. But we do need one more thing. That. Okay. And you only filter out that. Any of that. Okay. 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 I guess. Alright. Guess you don't really need that. Well, we don't need anything bigger than this, do we? Alright. And that will be our science production for the rest of the game. We just need to make that many things. Okay. All right, start down here. Go over here, blue, the gray, and then a green, a red. Okay. Need 72. What are you making? You're making that. You gotta put down a requester chest. And that. We're gonna have green. No, we have that. We don't have green on the line. Or. Yeah, anyways. Where do I want to put this? I'm going to put this, like, right here. And then you're going to have that. And you're going to be that. And then you're only going to put enable if that was less than 2 stacks, which is 200. Okay. Do that there. Yeah. We'll need that unless it's less than 400, right? Okay. We have green somewhere? Oh, no. That's gonna be fine. You're only gonna grab green. And you're only going to be enabled if green is less than 2 stacks. 200. Okay. Right? 400. Okay. Okay, I don't have to worry about the rest of that. That is good. Okay. Oh. And then I'm gonna grab this. Put it there. Why is it trashing unrequested? If I forget what we're doing, I'm going to leave it like that because I do not need that to have any more. Rest of the game, no plans to switch to biolabs. Oh, if we switch to biolabs, we're going to have to do something about this, but at the same time, this is going to be good enough for a long time. You are going to do something here. There we go. Okay. If I take you, move you over there. Well, you're going that way anyways. You don't need to exist. Okay. Okay. Did I want this here? I want this thing like that. This doesn't need to exist. Okay. Definitely want to like that. Okay. If we continue this sushi belt design, we need one more space on the side here. Oh no, we don't need that, right? It's just as far as we're going on this side. Okay. Do that. Yeah, okay. Grab that. Yeah, okay. So like that. And you come down. Do it something like that. Alright. We don't need it like there. That's good enough. Okay. Again, we don't need it like there. Yeah. We want it there though. Like that. like that. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. And then we take well, that doesn't need to exist, I guess. Get rid of that. Okay. Where was took 4 minutes to rechat. Oh, that's pretty fast for me then. Okay. I don't like that to be even. That's actually pretty good. There we go. We don't need this part right down here. We'll get rid of it. If I was to get rid of any space, it'd probably be the inner spot. There you go. Oh, this doesn't need to be fast, so that it doesn't. It just needs to work. I do want that right there. Okay. We're definitely producing a lot more electric. It just looks nicer. Looks good. Okay. All right. Okay. Those two. We want that. and that, and that. Now you... Okay. Is that, and that. 100 should be fine. Alright. This does not have a request. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys again next time. Have a good night. A day.